Hello, everybody. Welcome to Revelation Broadcasting. I'm the host of this program, Brother Ed. I don't know if I'm going to go into too many I don't really have anything specific planned here. I'm just kind of going off the cuff at this point. First of all, I'm sorry it's been over a week since I have spoken to you guys, but been busy. Started a new job last week at Domino's. I don't remember if I told you that or not. I knew I was going to be taking a pay cut. I just wasn't expecting it was going to be $7 an hour less than what I was bringing in before. At this point, doesn't look like anybody is getting a full 40 hours a week, mainly because the manager wants to make sure he gets his bonus for keeping labor hours under X amount. You know how that goes. Can't very well fault anybody for trying to make as much money as they can, and they get bonuses for keeping food costs low, keeping the labor costs low, and all these things. So, yeah, that's just the way that goes. I think I'm getting maybe around 33, maybe a little bit more, than 33 hours at $10 an hour. But I needed the job. I could not handle that place that I was working before anymore. It was just too much. Boss wasn't doing anything to solve problems. He was just letting the problems continue. I just couldn't deal with it. It was just too much. So, now here I am. I don't know. Maybe God felt like I needed to be humbled in some way. This is a good way to do it. I don't know. I'm kind of upset. I guess I'm a little bit jealous in a way. This much younger fella, he's half my age. I mean, granted, I'm glad that he's catching on to everything so quickly and doing a really good job, but he's acting like he's my boss, and we're both training for the same position, shift lead, which is the lowest level of management that there is, and we're both training for the same position, just probably going to be working different shifts. I don't care how old he is. I don't want somebody on the same level as me telling me what to do. I don't care who it is. I don't want that. I don't like that. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of a way to calmly and pleasantly address this with him. So be praying for me, because I have to do it, or it's going to fester and it's going to become a problem. So I have to address it. Employee of the week after only 1 week. I've never seen that happen with somebody who's only been with the company for a week, which I've only been with this company for a week. I'm not catching on to things as easily and quickly as he is. I realize that, but I've never seen anybody get that kind of an award after being with any company that I've ever worked for only 1 week. I don't know. To me, that just seems over the top. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like it's just over the top. At any rate, that's the personal things going on with me. There is more, but I can't really go into the rest of it, because it's just things that, if it were to get back to various people in my family, could cause me a lot of problems, and I just never know when certain individuals are going to be listening when I don't expect them to be listening. So some things I just can't talk about. And at any rate, this country, I swear, not just this country, but the whole world, really looks like it's heading to hell in a handbag. I mean, our economy has tanked, whether people want to accept it or not. Inflation has gone through the roof. It takes twice as much money at this point to buy the same amount of food that I was able to buy just a year ago. Literally, just a year ago, it cost twice as much. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what people are going to do. A lot of them are using credit cards, maxing them out just to buy food because their expenses are just too high. A lot of people are defaulting on not only credit card debt but mortgages. I mean, everything that was happening leading into everything that was happening leading up to '08 and what was happening after everything went down, it's happening again. But you got the mainstream media claiming everything's wonderful. Well, they're not all claiming that. Some of them that I wouldn't expect to be telling the truth are. What their agenda is behind that, I don't know. All I can tell you is I don't believe personally that it's going to be reported by anyone like the president himself what kind of state the economy is actually in until, if we even have an election. I'm not sure we're even going to, because now they're saying that H1N1 has started, how do I put that, is being contracted now by people from animals, and that it's only a matter of time before there is person-to-person transmission. I personally don't believe any of it. If you do, that's up to you, but I don't believe that it has jumped species. I'm not certain anymore that anything ever does jump species. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but I'm not believing that at this point. And I'm certainly not believing that we see something, an actual real pandemic coming that would kill 50% of the population. I do believe that they are going to likely say that is happening, like they said it was happening the last time, and they are going to likely claim that 50% of people are dying, whether they are or not. If that many people were actually dying, 5 out of 10, I got news for you. All over the country and all over the world, no matter where you go, we would see people falling on the sidewalk. Everywhere you go, if there are people on the sidewalk, we would be seeing them just collapse from being sick, because they would probably get that sick before they get the chance to get to a hospital. And they claimed that so many people were dying the last time. Well, if as many people were dying as they said were dying, we would have been seeing that then. I never once ever saw anybody collapse anywhere. Grocery store, bus stop, gas station, anywhere. Never once saw that. So I knew they were lying. It was obvious that they were lying. To me. Not to mention the fact that before this thing came out that they were pushing so hard on everybody, they made it illegal for anybody to take any kind of recourse if anything went wrong from it. Please, that should have told everybody that the whole thing was nothing but a scam to make money for pharmaceutical companies and politicians, because no doubt they were putting money in the politicians' pockets. No doubt they were doing the same thing with the media, and they'll do it again. I mean, it's obvious. That and depopulation is all that any of this is ever about. At this point, that's all it's about. It's not about anything else. It's not about us. It's not about our health care. It's about getting rid of us and making money for other people in the process. That's not even including all of the illegals that we have here that are exhausting social services across the board. we've got a lot of people here that, as you well know, are not pleased with this country, and they have good reason to not be pleased with this country. They have good reason to not be pleased with the people of this country. Look at the crap that we vote for and put it, as far as I know, we're putting these people in office, putting them back in office. People who make the most idiotic and evil foreign policy and do evil things to millions of people, if not billions of people throughout the world. And we just vote for them, keep putting them back in, because people don't care what's being done to people in other countries, as long as they got it good where they are. That's all they care about. I don't have time for that attitude. I do care. I care of the effect that the evil that our government is doing to people throughout the world is going to have on us. That's what I care about. And everybody should be caring about that, far more so than the effect on our finances, which that's going bye-bye. It pretty much has. And it's going to get worse. Because, almost half the world now has decided that they're not going to use the dollar anymore? It's just a matter of time before there's so much of those dollars circulating right here in this country. There's going to be too many dollars, not enough goods and services being spent on them, and they're not going to be worth anything. It's already gone down to 3 cents. It's not good. If we even have an election, I think it's going to be after the next election that the president, whoever it's going to be, comes out and says how bad that things really are. Because that's the way it happened in 2008, and I think it's going to likely happen the same way again. Whoever it is. I am in favor of Kennedy. I don't like Trump or Biden. Don't like anything about either one of them. Biden's a liar on fire, and so is Trump. But Trump's a dump. I mean, I just have no use for either one of them. One's as bad as the other. I don't trust either one of them any further than I can pick them up and throw them. Well, I'm gone almost 13 minutes. I have to bring this up. There's been a dock built by the United States to bring humanitarian aid to the people of Palestine. Well, I don't really buy that. Some people are saying that it's being used to bring the Palestinians to this country. I'm not really, how do I put it? I'm not against that. I think they need to be taken someplace safe if they can't be safe where they're living. I hope that none of them do any harm to any of us, but we helped create this problem. How are you going to say that you're providing humanitarian aid to people that, when at the same time you're also sending weapons and money to their enemy to help annihilate them? And that's not humanitarian in any kind of way. So you're bringing them food and water and what have you. Well, you need to stop supporting the people that are trying to wipe them out at the same time. That would be real humanitarian aid. The Palestinians are not the ones who attacked Israel. According to Netanyahu and his people, it was Hamas that did that, if that's even true. And it could be. I mean, according to what I've learned, he knew. Somebody, whether it was Hamas or whoever, he knew that somebody was there on their border and they were going to attack. And he just let it happen. Because then that gave him, looking to the rest of the world like he was justified in attacking. Well, attack is one thing. Trying to wipe these people out is something altogether different. especially when it wasn't even them that caused the problem. At any rate, I don't see things going well for Israel, but I don't see things going well for any country that supporting them, like us. I don't see things going well for us. God doesn't like this. There is no doubt in my mind. God does not like this. He does not support this. And I don't see good things coming for the people of this country, or any country that is supporting that, or the genocide of any people, anywhere. We got some really hard times coming, folks. Really hard times. So I would be saying, this is my advice. Plant whatever you can. Grow as much as you can. If you can't do, tilling in the ground, which I'm not able to do at this point either, I'm using pots. Do that. That's what you got to do. But grow whatever you can. Even if it's just a little bit. Do it. Hard times coming. Get ready as best as you can. Prep, pray, stay out of the way. Till next time, Brother Ed, signing out.